karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Looking at the questions, I feel it may require several sessions of. First question. Does Guru chooses you or you choose your Guru? Who is Guru? I would say there is a choice and there is grace, both. In a meeting with the teacher, perhaps you must have this kind of, if you recollect how you have been exposed to this teaching, really speaking, in your mind it was not that I want to choose. You must have just come across, right? No, not choosing. Guru also is not, when he comes to a certain city like a Puja Swamiji and gives a talk, he is not that kind of thing, let me have some disciples, I'm going to choose here. Nothing. It's simply, it's a grace. That's how Vivek Chudamani talks. Manushyatvam mumukshutvam mahapurusha samshrayaha. Mahapurusha is a Guru. Gaining human birth, then gaining the desire for the freedom, and in order to fulfill that desire, to have a meeting or to have an exposure to the teaching or teacher, all three Daivanugraha Hetukam. So I would say, rather than choice on the part of teacher or on the part of student, etc., this is simply a grace. Your own, of course. Your own punyam, which is called grace. Punyam is called grace because which punyam, which your good action has resulted into this situation, you cannot equate. So that's definitely, Ishvara is a karma phala data. So he has given you a good, good situation for a good result for your good karmas. So we call it as a grace. That's it. Our own punya karma has fructified. That way our contribution is there, but not as such we are positively looking for some teacher, etc. So far as I am concerned, well, I just come across Puja Swamiji, some talk, public talk, and like that. I don't want to talk about myself, but I'm just saying. So it could be in your case also that you are really searching, I want a teacher or nothing of that sort. You just come across and, well, you happen to like the things and, things fall in place. And that's how it is. Who is the observer of the Atma? The observer of Atma should be Atma. Because the observer should be I. Right? Observer should be I. What is non-I is observed. I happens to be Atma. Now if you want another observer of the I, you have to bring another I. That has to be the observer now. Then this I turns out to be non-I, because this is observed. What is observed is non-I. So that cannot be. Observer need not be observed. Observer cannot be observed. Observer cannot be observed. To observe the observer, you have to bring another observer. It's ridiculous. So that's not true. How can I practice? I am different than the body. That's what we were talking, right? So one has to stay with this thing, rather than what we are going to discuss tomorrow. That also things be a little later. That kind of contemplation which we are going to. Now will be in the final stage tomorrow to you understand that I am nothing but this limitless consciousness. But one has to practice this based on the study of Atmanatma Viveka in Vivek Chudamani, and I gave some verses number also. In Vedansar also it is there. Yeah. In Vedansar also several verses are there. In Vivek Chudamani, Shankaracharya ji wrote several verses on Sthula. Even Naishkarmya Siddhi also it is there. But suppose Naishkarmya Siddhi, etc., Swamiji, that is too much. Then our texts are there, several texts, which will talk about first Sthula Sharira, attributes of Sthula Sharira, and then it will say, well, you are not the gross body, etc. So that kind of a thing help. And how can I practice means one has to do a contemplation. You have to recollect the teaching which you have gained in a Shravanam, etc., which is confusion free. Still, suppose a person has a doubt that this Swami says and even Vedanta says I am not physical body, etc., or I am distinct from physical body, but I have my own doubts. Then better Nididhyasanam is not going to work. This should be very clear that I am not physical body. That confusion should not be there. Then you can recollect and assimilate that teaching. Now, if you suppose press further that how to practice this. Well, there are two types of contemplation. Depending upon for this kind of assimilation, well, the first type of a Nididhyasanam is very helpful, and that is this is tat chintanam, tat kathanam, anyonyam, tat prabodhanam, etadeka paratvam cha brahmabhyasam vidurbuddhaha. I think I mentioned on the first day, perhaps. Anyway, so that is a basic. This verse is in a Yoga Vasishtha, but Vidyaranya has quoted in Panchadashi, and that is really good. Tat chintanam, contemplating again and again. Tat kathanam, discussing with other fellow students, etc. Teaching, listening again, and reading your own notes, writing the notes. All this thing will help, because all the time you remain in association with the teaching. This is simple rule here is, if you stay with the teaching, teaching will pay. Believe my words, these are my final words. If you stay with this teaching, it will nothing but bring clarity. Clarity. And what we need is just clarity, nothing else. No extraordinary experiences, no samadhi, nothing is required. Vedanta talks about only our day-to-day experiences. Right? Analyze it, that's it. Experiences don't teach anything. I just said. Experiences don't teach. In fact, if you analyze the experience, you find the conclusion will be just contrary. Just contrary. Your experience is sun is moving from east to west, and earth is stationary. If you go to science, you find it's just contrary. Just opposite. Your experience is sun is sometime blue, sometime white, sometime red, yellow, right? That's an experience. Knowledge is sky is colorless, right? This is how the thing is. Your experience is I am a limited being. Knowledge is I am limitless. This is how the things are. Therefore, one cannot argue based on the experience that that's a reality. Reality can be just reverse, opposite. And the reason for this is Maya. Maya makes things just contrary. Ishvara's own glory. Anyway, so here, I mean, this, so far as practice is concerned, that one can always stay with the teaching. One method will be a boring method. Employ different methods. Sometimes read, sometimes listen, sometimes talk to others. That's how study groups are very helpful. And especially stay with this teaching, even discussion also. And if someone is not ready to discuss, you don't find any any victim. For you want to impart this knowledge, but nobody. But then on your own you can do. But on your own, sometimes we feel that it is not. I don't feel good. You have to form an habit. Then you just love it. In fact, initially you try to form a habit. Your mind continuously do Atmanatma Viveka. I am not physical body, I am this, etc. It will do on its own. It will continue to do. So initially a little exertion, you find a little more effort, etc. But mind forms a habit very fast of anything, good or bad. Any habit it forms very fast. What you require is you have to experience it again and again. Means you expose yourself to this and stay with the teaching. Initially you may find a little difficult. Then you won't like any other thing other than doing this. And that will help a lot. Only thing is, take this to your home. Stay with the teaching. Just forget about everything. We have to earn Swamiji. I'm not saying you should not. Point is, if you are interested in such goal, it's a lofty goal actually. Moksha is not an ordinary thing. But point is, that's my own nature. That way it is really, something which I have to acquire, which I don't have in my life, then there is uncertainty whether I will get it or not. This is yourself. So one has to correct the mistake due to ignorance which has been done, and therefore one can do it. Truth of time. Past, present, future. Please elaborate. If present is already almost gone, past is gone, then is future time a reality? No. There is a meditation of Pujya Swamiji based on that. And it's a what is the essence or truth of the time? And it goes like this. What is there is, it starts like this. The truth of time is present. Right? Because past was present, future will be present. When you experience, nobody can experience future. Future will be experienced as a present. Past was also experienced as a present. So the truth of the time is present, not past or future. Now what is present? That is the issue. What is present? What is now? What is now? If you remember, Pujya Swami used to say, now. What is now? What is present? Well, present month. I won't go to present year because it's present month. Well, present month is not present because in that few days are gone, past. Few days are yet to come, future. Therefore, present day is the truth of the present month. Well, present day is also not present. Because we want the truth of time, which is present. Then what is present? What is now? What is now is what? Present day, few hours have gone already. Few hours are yet to go. So, well, present hour, we can say. That's present. Present hour is also not present. Because few minutes have gone, few minutes are yet to come. And therefore, present minute is the, right? I said present minute first? Okay. Present minute is the present. Then you divide further. present second, because few seconds have gone in the present minute. That's not present, because that's a past now. Few are yet to come. That will be future. Present second is the present. Really present. Present second is also not present. Now you can divide. You should realize that time is collapsing. Yeah. The span of time, when I am trying to search for the truth of the time is collapsing slowly. Resolving. Where? What was there along with this whole inquiry, you are missing. Yeah. Yeah. When you say, you say I'm in search of the truth of the time, right? The consciousness is there. Where is present without consciousness? Where is past without consciousness? So consciousness is all along there. Consciousness is all along there. And this time is collapsing slowly into consciousness. So present second consciousness. But that is also divided. Some is past, some is future. And so let's say microsecond. Present microsecond is the present. Because they divide so much. Nanosecond and picosecond, something like that, right? They divide. Picoseconds. Keep on dividing. Then some will be past, some will be future. Then you find you are not able to now do. Means the whole time is collapsing into the consciousness. Because the time is, consciousness is. Where is time without consciousness? And therefore it is collapsing into consciousness. Ultimately, the time will go away. What is present is just consciousness. Consciousness is only which is present, where even time doesn't exist. Time is totally dependent upon consciousness. It's mithya, actually. So this is how it's a meditation, actually. The truth of time, truth is present, and what is present, what is now, is consciousness. And it is all the time consciousness. You cannot divide, because it is timeless. If there is a time, you have to divide. Past, present, etc., right? And future. Consciousness is ever now. Next second, now. Third second, now. Tomorrow, now. Past, now. Consciousness was present. Consciousness is present. Consciousness will be present in future also. Therefore, consciousness alone which is ever existent, is the truth of the time. What is really present is timeless consciousness. It's the truth of everything, including time. Consciousness is the truth of everything, content of everything, essence of everything, including time. But the question was regarding time. I hope I have, in few minutes, I just said few things. If a person feels not satisfied or something, he can again ask me tomorrow after after the lunch. Yeah, we can just discuss some more aspect. What is anger? Why I get angry and how can I manage? That's a nice question. See, anger generally arises out of helplessness. When you have a certain expectation of from someone else, and that person is not willing to fulfill your expectation, then you feel rejected, helpless. And in such a situation, you want to express your rejection for the person, right? You will see that when someone rejects you, your reaction is in terms of rejection of the other. That rejection of other comes out in the form of anger. So this is generally happens. And because everyone wants to manipulate the situation, so that after manipulating the situation, in that situation I will remain comfortable. Why I want to be comfortable? Because I don't feel good about myself. And therefore, if I do something, manipulate something around me, then the things as per my wish, as per my desire, I want to manipulate. And if it happens, I will feel good about myself. So it stems from my own non-acceptance of myself. I don't feel good about myself. I said in other words, I am displeased self. If you remember, the first day I said that. More or less, I am displeased with myself. Anyway, so this is how anger arises from that. And so what is anger, as I said, and why I get angry? Because of this helpless. More you feel helpless, more you feel rejected, more the anger. And to manage the anger, first two things we should know. Anger is considered as Agni, right? Krodhagni. So definitely, because it's a fire. It burns you. It's like a matchstick. Matchstick, definitely, right? You ignite that matchstick and, to burn something. But it burns itself first. It starts burning first. Then it burns others. And therefore, anger also is like this. It arises here, starts, you start burning. And then, of course, others also will be affected. So that thing we have to understand. Second thing is, by just getting angry, well, you are not going to accomplish great thing. People say, Swamiji, if you get angry, then only you become successful. One person told me like this. Anger cannot bring success. Your own need is the basis for your success. You have a certain need. You want a certain thing, position, power, money, etc. So your need is a basis, and then you put efforts, and anger cannot bring success. Anger, in fact, decreases your efficiency. Very efficiency you will lose. So anger really doesn't help in to achieve anything. On the contrary, anger spoils relationship to a great extent. Then you try to patch up, But, when you are living under one roof, then you say, okay, now, we have to live with each other. And so, but in other places outside, when you get angry and it affects the relationship in friends and etc., or someone else, then it takes a lot of time. And sometimes the old things even, come out. That person was angry, he said me like this. And again, therefore we should know the consequences of anger. Any emotion, three things to be known in any emotion. First is the cause of the emotion. And second is the symptoms of that emotion when it arises. So cause of anger, symptoms of anger, and the result. If I get angry, what will be the consequence? Three things you should always keep in your mind for any emotion, especially all our negative emotions, anger and lust and, our jealousy, etc. So all this. So you should know the cause, like it's a disease. For disease, you should know the cause, the symptoms of disease, and if that disease persists, what would be the result? So it is like a disease. It brings a ill health. Right? Mentally, one person becomes ill when these kind of emotions are there. So we should at least have a ready reckoner for all these three things, for these emotions. These three things should be there. What is the cause? Why I get angry? Everyone gets angry in a different situation. Yeah. But basically, it's a reaction. As people say that I got angry, it's not correct. Anger gets us, We don't get angry. Anger gets us. You got angry means you have a will to get angry. And then if you willingly, you can never get angry, I'm telling you. You can make a show, you can shout also. But from your face, even children will say, oh, but daddy is not angry. So basically, anger is a reaction. Reaction is something over which I don't have any control. Nobody gets deliberately angry. No, that's impossible. Try to be angry for 1 minute. If I tell some person, I'm just saying like this, try to be angry for 1 minute. You cannot. You cannot. So reaction is something over which I have no control. Action is something over which I have control. It's a free will based. And therefore, Puja Swamiji used to narrate a certain solution for the anger, in which first thing he used to say, accept that it is a reaction over which I have no control. I can, control my anger at any time. That's not correct. Anyway. And then Puja Swami used to say a few more things. He himself, he narrated his own incident. Something happened in Bangalore when he was a brahmachari, etc. And he got angry over some children. He was carrying the children to some Chennai for some program, and something happened, and he got so much angry. Then he said, "Well, I worked on the anger." And one of the solutions he used to say, which he told us when we were in the course, 3-year course, to all the brahmacharis, because this, when you stay together and then something will happen here and there. So he said to all that make a diary, and 30 days or 40 days, and today, suppose you got angry today, then in night before you go to bed, well, write down the whole thing, whole incident, how you got angry, what words you used, right? Whatever words you have used, you use that language and write down. Next day, next page. You should not see previous page. Then, and then that day also in the night, write it down. Because the person who gets angry for one or other reason on a daily basis. Suppose, if you don't get angry next day, fine. But after 30 days, now see all the pages. You will find a certain pattern is emerging. Under that pattern only, under that circumstances, you are getting angry. And then definitely, those circumstances are going to be repeated. Well, at that time, give auto-suggestion to yourself that I am going to enter the same situation, in which I entered before and I got angry. Oh, my mind, make me alert if I get angry. And it works. Auto-suggestion works so well. Whatever suggestion you give to your mind, it works. Even to get up early in the morning, you need not keep alarm clock. I'm telling you. Yeah, if you want to get up by 3 o'clock and you tell before going to bed that, well, I have to wake up by 3 o'clock, and you will find before 3, I don't know what is a clock inside, I just don't know. What's clock, I don't know inside. But you really get up. No, Swamiji, I don't get up. That's a different. Generally, auto-suggestion works so well. My own experience, I'm telling you, you have to catch flight or something, then, it's a double check. I mean, you keep an alarm, but still you tell yourself. And before alarm rings, I used to get up. Anyway, so this auto-suggestion works very well, because you are going to enter in that situation today, where there is a possibility of getting angry. Before that itself, tell to your mind. Anger will arise, perhaps, but at the same time, because of that alert, mind will make you alert, so it subsides. The will surfaces. And when the will surfaces, the reaction would not remain. Yeah, that is the thing he used to narrate in controlling anger, etc. Managing the anger rather than. I would say, so nicely he has used the word manage, that's correct. Controlling anger, etc., no reaction is under our control. We can manage. So the frequency will be reduced, intensity of the anger can be reduced. Yeah. And the recovery period also between, get reduced. Yeah. Sometimes you get angry, you remain angry throughout the day. And then the next day so if you in the management of anger, well, of course, this is also there, that the recovery from that emotion, anger, etc., will be faster. You get, you become, swastha, you become all right within no time, etc. Swamiji, what is our homework? See? I felt so, let me share with you. I felt that, did I choose a right topic? Because in this talk, certain time you must have felt that this is too much. You might have felt, I don't know, because it's too technical sometimes, how the Brahma Vidya takes place and all that, the discussion. So after taking class, and when I go to the room, I always feel that even though no one has shown me any kind of a disgust or any kind of but on my own, perhaps, it's my own projection, let's say, but I felt. But this proves something contrary. What's our homework? Yeah, I take it seriously. And, homework, as I said, staying with the teaching, in whatever form. And I suppose, but Swamiji, you showed various means. What is the best means to stay with the teaching? Listening. Listening. Best thing is listening. And on second, the second means will be sharing. This is my own experience, I'm telling you. We study one thing. When we share, it brings more clarity. Because to share with others, you will have to connect everything. So many aspects which you read, you may not look into that, or you overlook it. But while teaching, etc., or sharing to others, definitely you have to have a whole link, etc., and all that. So sharing also helps for clarity. Listening also helps. So, that's homework till you come again. So how do I know what my goal for this birth is, and if I am in that path? For any human birth, the goal is one only. And for any human being, in any birth, the goal is this. The journey from limited being to the limitless being. That's it. That's a journey. Right? Limited being acquires few things, remain limited. You yourself will tell the goal is not over. That's how we are not satisfied with any limited goals. Because it does not bring a fulfillment. Limitlessness means fulfillment. Fullness. So if you achieve fullness, then there is nothing further to. And fullness can never be achieved. It's all mathematical equation. Limited thing, you add another limited entity, limited number, by that you can never reach infinity, right? We used to make sets, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we say infinite. That infinite can never come by addition of any number. Limited plus limited will be always limited. The distance between a limited and limitless is limitless. Distance between limited and limitless is limitless. And therefore, if you want to become limitless, there is only way, not by acquiring something. If limitless, there is something called limitless, it must be existing. What comes in the time, suppose in future some limitless will come. It's not limitless, it is limited in time. Yeah. What comes in future, what is not right now. It's limited in time. Therefore, limitless, if anything, something limitless is there, it must be existing here and now. If here and now, and it is different from me, then it is not limitless. It should cover me also. Then I am limitless, but that I don't know. Goal is limitless, but I am limitless. I don't know. Okay, then knowledge is a solution. So that's how I said the human pursuit is a pursuit of knowledge. No. But what about actions and other things? Yeah, they have a role. They have a role in preparing you for the knowledge. Yeah. How do I know what my goal for this birth is and if I am in that path? Yeah, path is knowing oneself. So whether you are in that path, there are three things. And that is Shravanam and, Mananam, etc. Resolving doubts, etc. we said. And the third thing is assimilation. So if you are on this path, you will know because you only are, the best judge what you are doing every day. So, well, definitely. On the spiritual path means you stay with the teacher and teaching. That's it. Hari Om. Hari Om Swamiji. After I realizes that I am Atma, is it okay still want to have next birth? What can one do in this birth to influence the next birth? Is it in one's control? As such, if you know I am Atma, means I am free from birth and death. In that case, now where is a question of again taking birth? So, Shastra says, well, if you know this, that basically you are free from birth, well, then you won't get a next birth. Because the very jiva who takes birth as per prarabdha, next prarabdha, which has been unfolded from the sanchita, is not there. The karmas are burnt. The very subtle body also, the jiva, resolves. Jiva, we have to say, subtle body departs from one body to other, it's not correct. Jiva departs. Jiva means the consciousness condition with a condition of Sukshma Sharira or conditioned by Sukshma Sharira. So, the consciousness identified with the subtle body, which is called Jiva, conditioned consciousness, but subtle body. That departs. Sukshma Sharira goes, we should not say. Anyway, and so that Jivatvam will not remain. That's how Videha Mukti takes place. So there is, as such, the arrangement of the Shastra is, in Brahma Sutra, somewhere there is a discussion that even wise people take birth. Yeah. But they are called Adhikarik Purushaha. So some jivas who have, enlightened and, have gained knowledge, still Ishvara sends them, it seems, for certain work. And those kind of, they come again and, whatever the work is there, well, they do and they go back. Like that, there is a description and there are sutras on that and it has been explained very well in Brahma Sutra. I don't remember the sutra number, etc., but it is there. Even in Buddhism also they believe like this. Yeah. That even the Buddhas, etc., well, people who are wise, enlightened people, they take rebirth sometime. Anyway, but in general arrangement is, well, you don't get birth again. And suppose, the other question is, what can one do in this birth to influence the next birth? Okay, yeah, that's a good question. And, that has been discussed very well in a 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The whole chapter is devoted for that. What should one do so that you will have a good birth next time, in the next life? And there it has been mentioned all this Ishvara Upasana, etc. So if you have formed an habit of this doing Upasana, etc., then at the end time also, because Near the end, there is no will actually. Yeah. You know, in the human life, the previous, the earlier years, basically where your will is stronger. The later years of the human life where your habit is stronger. Yeah. That's how a person in old age goes by habit. He cannot change. But a young person, you can tell that you change your habit and he may be able to change it also. It's because the will is strong. But due to repeated experiences, well, now certain tendencies are developed. So in a later age, generally the life is governed by the habits. So if a person has done this upasana, etc., then his mind has developed a habit of remembering Ishvara. Then at the end moment, where even your will is not, functional as such, your habit is overpowering, prevailing, then automatically your mind thinks of Ishvara. And Bhagavan said, Antakale cha mameva smaran. Well, definitely, if you remember me at the end moment, well, you gain a good birth. But at the end moment, you can remember if you do upasana throughout the life, etc. Or number of years, many years, if you do upasana, your mind will develop. People develop any habit. Or one seeker, she developed a habit of doing Vishnu Sahasranama daily. And because of old age, sometimes, she gets sleep while doing. And then she sleeps. And in midnight, she just gets up. Very less sleep. So where she left before, from that point she starts. No, it's just a habit. When she gets up from the sleep in midnight, she doesn't have much will. Mind immediately starts where it has left. It's an amazing thing. So therefore, that's how we should lead our life in such a way. That should be a life centered on Ishvara. Basically, Karma Yoga also is that. Upasana also is there. Ultimately, values are looked upon. Dharmas are looked upon as a manifestation of Ishvara. Everything is Ishvara. Our whole Vedic culture is centered on Ishvara. Our all festivals, our pujas and everything centered on Ishvara. That only lifts the person, prepares for the knowledge. When Dharma prevails, Ragadvesha won't prevail. When Ragadvesha prevails, Dharma won't prevail. That's how it is. And so Ragadvesha prevails means then definitely person ruins the life. Anyway, we have to cut short. Whatever the questions are there, still all of them I can meet after lunch tomorrow. And we'll see if Swamiji has the meeting in that room. So then we'll meet here. Here means in that coffee. What is that? Cafeteria. Okay. Or else we'll meet in that room. I will inquire with Swamiji. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
Hari Om, everyone. I think as most of you know, or all of you know, the kids have a performance for everyone. So if you're leaving, just please come back in 10 minutes. Until then, kids will get ready. Hari Om.
I'm not sure. Probably. Yeah, Swamiji's.
Yeah, I think it's better sitting here.
Shall I start up? Shall we start or wait for Sachidananda Swamiji? Why? No. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwarah, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaste Swamiji. My namaskaram to all the parents and the attendees and the guests over here. I take it a great pleasure in welcoming you for our Thanksgiving Youth Learning Program. For about 1.5 days, we have tightly packed the children with lot of things, with some kind of information on other things. So they are going to present you whatever they have learned in the classroom, plus something extra also. And we thought that we will take Rama as the theme. Why? Because we are going to have the Prana Pratishtha of Rama Lala at Ayodhya Temple in Uttarakhand in January 22nd, 2024. It's going to be a very historic event because we got back our Rama. We got back our Rama, and with all struggles and disputes and everything. So we had a message also in the WhatsApp talking about Rama, chant more Rama, like that. So based on that, we thought we will have a Rama program now. So everything is based on Rama. At the end, being a Thanksgiving day, we are going to give thanks to all the rishis in the parampara. So with that, this is the outline of our program. Can we start? We start the program with the invocation on Sriman Narayana. Thank you, Janvi, for that wonderful Sriman Narayana. Now we go on with the juniors chanting. One second. This is on Rama. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
Apadamapahartaram Dada. It's on. सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः श्री राम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने
ओम शांति शांति
हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम.
Thank you, children. That was very nice. You can sit. In the value class, the children were taught about Dharma. They'll be presenting their views one by one.
What is Dharma? Dharma is an organizing principle that applies to human beings in their interaction with human beings themselves and nature. This has been subtly echoed as Dharmo Dharayati Praja, meaning Dharma is that which holds and provides support to the social construct.
Dharma is two types, Samanya Dharma and Visheshana Dharma. Samanya Dharmas are non-injury, truthfulness, purity, friendship, accommodation, etc. Visheshana Dharma depends upon a disciplined life. For example, getting up in the morning and fasting on a specific day.
Universal Dharma are not absolute but relative in nature. An action considered to be in keeping with one value may still be considered as right in another situation. For example, hurting another person is against the universal value of non-injury. But when a surgeon cuts a person with his knife to save a life, it is not looked upon as wrong.
Most religions and cultures recognize and validate living a life in keeping with Dharma. The Taittiriya Upanishad says, Saityam Vada and Dharmam Chara. Everyone loves a children who does his Dharma. As kids, what is our Dharma? It is our Dharma to respect our parents. It is our Dharma to... Wait. What is your Dharma?
It's our Dharma to respect our parents. It is our Dharma to study our lessons.
Lesson. It is our
Sit.
Our It is our Dharma to eat healthy food and to sleep on time at night.
One cannot go against the law of Dharma. When one rubs against the order, one gets rubbed in the process. This we can see when one rubs against a rough barky tree. To conclude, living a dharmic life is good for everyone, which avoids confusion.
The Dharma Shastra says, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. The meaning to this is non-injury is foremost value.
Thank you, children. Please stay there itself.
Wait, where's my book? Wait, do you know my bows? Wait, where's the tree? Go. Where's the bow? Where's the bow?
Yeah, I'll give you.
Yeah, I need my bow. Is that the bow? This is the bow. Shut up. Don't.
Very vibrant children. We had a good time. And very intelligent also. They pick up very fast. We congratulate the parents. Happy hand to yourself. There is a small dance. That's okay. Arav Venkatesh, you are good. Come. You have done a good job. Come. You have done a good job. It's okay. See, there's a big applause for you. You never bothered, right? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Get in. Okay, come. Arav, come. Arav, come. Maya. Center. One more mic. That's it, I think. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Prema-mudita-mana Rama 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 Ram Shri Rama Rama Ram Shri Rama Rama Ram Prema-mudita-mana se kaho Rama Rama Ram Shri Rama Rama Ram परम शांति सुख निधान दिव्य राम नाम निराधार को आधार एक राम नाम श्री राम 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 श्री राम राम राम
मुदित मन से कहो राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम। परम गोप्य परम दिव्य मंत्र राम नाम, शांत हृदय सदा बसत एक राम नाम। श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम। प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम। माता पिता बंधु सखा सभी राम नाम, भक्त जनर जीवन धन एक राम नाम। श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम। प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम।
Thank you. You stay there for your value. The seniors were taught with parents and siblings. Now they will share what they have learnt in the class.
Are we standing on the podium?
Yeah, you can use it. Go to the center.
Parents and siblings. The parent and child relationship occupies an important place in one's life. They become an intimate part in one's emotional life.
In Vedic tradition, parents receive love, devotion, and high esteem from their children. The Taittiriya Upanishad says, Matrudevo Bhava and Pitrudevo Bhava. May you be one for whom the mother is a deity, and may you be one for whom the father is a deity.
Ramayana illustrates dedicated services to one's parents in the story of the boy Shravana Kumara. It was while taking his blind parents for a pilgrimage that Shravana Kumar was killed by Dashratha, who, hunting in the forest, mistook the boy for deer.
Sri Rama showed his respect and love for his parents by following his father's order to go into the forest. That was the expression for his value, Pitruvakya Paripalana, protecting his words.
The love between siblings is evident in Ramayana, the story of Bharata's humility. Kaikai had asked Dashratha for a boon, and Dashratha had to owe her the boon. Kaikai wanted Bharata to be king. So King Dashratha told Rama to go to the forest for 14 years of exile, and Sita and Lakshmana went with him. When Rama went to the forest, Bharata followed him because he was angry at his mother as he didn't want to be king and knew that Rama had the rightful place to throne. Rama told him, "It's okay, you be king." And then Bharata said, "Give me your sandals." And instead of ruling on the throne, Bharata kept Rama's sandals on the throne, and he ruled from the floor instead of sitting on the throne.
The 5 Pandavas in Mahabharata, after losing the game of dice, all the brothers stood by Yudhishthira. While living in the forest, they shared everything equally.
Many religious festivals also shows the bond between sisters and brothers like Raksha Bandhan and Makara Sankranti. Thus, the relationship between siblings is considered sacred and given an important place in Indian culture.
Thank you, children, for your wonderful presentation. Then we'll move on to teens. Please, teens, come on. Be careful with your dress.
I kept one paper here. Take it. Oh, yeah.
You are down.
Don't we have to hold the thing?
Later. Teens, please occupy your place. Teens are looking very gorgeous, right? They are coming from heaven. You will know later. They are coming from heaven to bless all of us. We have both. Rishis are there, sadhus are there. So they are all come here to bless all of us on the Thanksgiving Day. Kanna, why don't you come forward? Please come forward. I said don't lean on the screen. You remember me telling? We don't require security. We are always secured. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Brahma Parat Pararama Kalatmaka Parameshwara Rama Sheshatalpa Sukha Nidrita Rama Brahmadyamara Prarthita Rama Chanda Kirana Kula Mandana Rama Srimad Dasharatha Nandana Rama Kaushalya Sukhavardhana Rama Vishwamitra Priyadhana Rama Gholataka Ghataka Rama Marichadini Pataka Rama Kaushikamaka Samrakshaka Rama Srimadahalyodharaka Rama Gautama Muni Sampujita Rama Suramuni Varagana Samstuta Rama Navika Dhavika Mridupada Rama Mithila Purajana Mohaka Rama Videha Manasaranjaka Rama Trayambaka Karmuka Panjaka Rama Sitarpita Varamalika Rama Krita Vaivahika Kautuka Rama Bhargava Darpaninashaka Rama Srimadayodhya Palaka Rama 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 Jaya Raja Rama 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 Jaya Sita Rama 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 Jaya Raja Rama 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 Jaya Sita Rama. Thank you, children. That was a nice rendition, right? It was a good rendition, but children, thank you. We have to stay back for the value presentation. What did these people learn in value is accommodating. The only big value that we all require is to accommodate everyone else, even with the fault. So there was a lot of discussion, and we have picked up certain points, and each one will present their view on accommodation. Go ahead, start.
The term chanti comes from the Sanskrit word cham, which means to forgive. Often people translate chanti as endurance or forbearance, but these translations suggest a negative sense of suffering. It has a negative connotation. A better way to understand chanti is that of accommodation. It is about having the ability to accept others' faults or mistakes. It means not expecting others to change just to make us happy.
And Vida.
Because everyone who we interact with have different attitudes and behaviors, we always find both desirable and undesirable qualities in others. But our likes and dislikes change, affecting how we see them.
Mihir?
We often want others to change so that we can relate to them better, but when both sides expect change, it leads to frustration and conflict. If these expectations become demands, they can make us miserable. We need to find other ways to control our thoughts and feelings when dealing with other people's behavior.
The value of Kshanti is based on an understanding human nature and relationships. When we strongly dislike something in another person, we need to learn how to accommodate them. Sometimes we can change the other person without causing harm, or we can distance ourselves from them if it doesn't neglect our duty. But when these options aren't available, we must learn to accommodate happily.
The capacity to accommodate varies for everyone. For example, if you accidentally bite your tongue, you don't get angry and knock out your teeth. You empathize with the tongue that's hurting. Similar empathy should be extended to others whose actions require accommodation.
Nobody should be upset by the other's behavior but should be ready to accommodate them. It is easier to accommodate people but with minimal expectations. Most people cannot tolerate undesirable behavior from someone uneducated or an innocent child because it is seen to educate them.
Kshanti means being objective in how we relate to other people and situations. It involves accepting the world as it is. This is similar to how we don't expect the sun, stars, mountains, or rivers to change. Being objective about a person's behavior is challenging, and it may require us understanding the person's reasons behind their actions. This understanding helps us accommodate people and situations that may not align with our preferences.
Behavior is influenced by various factors, such as past experiences, environment, thinking, values, judgments, errors, and misunderstandings. Given similar circumstances, we might find ourselves behaving similarly to those whose behavior we find unacceptable.
The attitude of accommodation should be developed not only towards others' behavior, but also their ways of thinking. It's important to understand that each person's life experiences shape their thoughts. Expecting others' thoughts and feelings to be the same as our own is unrealistic. Being accommodating of others' thoughts and feelings requires sensitivity towards them.
In the Ramayana, Lord Rama repeatedly shows his ability to accommodate others. When he learns about his banishment, he doesn't get angry with Kaikeyi. He corrects Lakshmana's mistaken thoughts without showing anger. He understands Dasaratha's situation and doesn't want to see his father's promise unfulfilled. Lord Rama even extends accommodation to his enemies.
In the Ramayana, Lord Rama shows his ability to accommodate others. For instance, when Vibhishana, Ravana's brother, seeks his protection, Lord Rama is willing to accept him as a friend despite advice to the contrary. After Ravana is defeated, Vibhishana is conflicted. He mourns his brother's loss and at the same time he can't forgive how many sins he committed. As a result, he doesn't want to perform Ravana's last rites. Lord Rama tells Vibhishana what his duties are to his brother and adds that he will perform his obsequies for Ravana if Vibhishana does not. This demonstrates Lord Rama's magnanimity, which gained him the love and respect of men and gods alike.
Besides learning...
Prajna will tell the qualities of ahimsa, then you do. Prajna.
The qualities of ahimsa, non-injury to any living being, and kshanti, accommodation, are the hallmarks of a saintly person. Such a person does not consciously hurt other by action, word, or thought, and can accept any person as they are. A saint responds to the person behind behavior and has an endless capacity to be merciful and forgiving. They can see that the improper actions are born of arrogant thinking or inner conflicts and can accommodate all people and situations.
Besides learning to accommodate others, one also needs to accommodate one's own mistakes without putting oneself down. A person who develops this capacity for self-accommodation has an advantage. A Sanskrit verse says, Kshama shastram khare yasya durjanaha kim karishyati atrine patati vannehi swayameva upashamyati. The meaning is, what will a devious person do to the one who wields the weapon of accommodation? Fire falling on the ground without any grass to burn gets extinguished by itself.
Thank you, children. This is what they learned in accommodation. I think the audience was spellbound that they went inside the accommodation, I think. Mostly we could see the ideas of Pujya Swamiji coming up there with the tongue bitten by the teeth, and then we don't get hurt to the teeth and other things. The accommodation, he gave this example. So we see Pujya Swamiji's, all the ideas are come up in accommodation. Thank you, children. Come. Not you. Next we move on to the last item. It's the thanksgiving to the Rishi lineage. So, being a Thanksgiving Day, we thought what can be done? Whether we have turkey to be given? No, that's not our principle. So, we thought we came up with some idea of calling all the Rishis. And then we are going to honor them, and then we are going to thank them. Does it sound good? Yeah. Yeah. That is your page. You didn't bring yours.
The teaching tradition of India. Today we'll be presenting the teaching tradition of India. The word Vedanta literally means the end portion of the Vedas. Just as this knowledge is eternal and unchanging, the teaching tradition is also considered to be eternal. This eternity is called Pravaha Nityatva, perennial eternity, like the flow of the Ganga. Teachers come and go in the flow of time, but the teaching and tradition of knowledge taught by a living master remains ever fresh. This teaching tradition has been kept alive through a teacher-student lineage known as Guru Shishya Parampara. Today we will be showing the Guru Shishya Parampara, starting with Vashishta.
I need one mic for this chat. 1 second. I just stand this mic from here. From the basket. Oh, that's one. नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं शङ्कराचार्यमतात्तमस्य पादपद्मं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमतोऽस्मि.
First, we have Vashishta. Vashishta is one of the oldest and most revered Vedic rishis and one of the Sapta rishis. Vashishta is credited as the author of Mandala of the Rig Veda. Vashishta and his family are mentioned in Rig Veda versus other Rig Veda mandalas and in many Vedic texts. His ideas have been influential and he was called the first sage of Vedanta, school of Hindu philosophy by Adi Shankara.
Shakti was a rishi and son of Vasishta and Arundhati. He was the father of Parashara mentioned in the epic Mahabharata.
Next, Parashara. Parashara was a Maharishi and the author of many ancient Indian texts. He is accredited as the author of the first Purana, the Vishnu Purana, before his son Vyasa wrote it in its present form. He was the grandson of sage Vashishta and the son of the sage Shakti.
Vyasa means compiler, the one who is classified as the one who classified the Vedas. Vyasa is a revered sage or rishi portrayed in most Hindu traditions. He is traditionally regarded as the author of the epic Mahabharata. Vyasa is also regarded by many Hindus as a partial incarnation of the god Vishnu and the compiler of the mantras of the Vedas into 4 Vedas, as well as the author of the 18 Puranas and Brahma Sutras.
Next, we have Shuka. Shuka is a rishi in Hinduism. He is the son of sage Vyasa and the main narrator of the scripture Bhagavata Purana. Most of the Bhagavata Purana consists of Shuka resisting the story to the king Parikshit in his final days. Shuka is depicted as the sannyasi renouncing the world in pursuit of moksha, which most narratives assert that he achieved.
Gaudapada was an early medieval era Hindu philosopher and scholar of the Advaita Vedanta school of Hindu philosophy. Adi Shankara was also called him Paramaguru.
Govinda Bhagavat Pada was the guru of Adi Shankara. He was the disciple of Gaudapada. He is mentioned in the first verse of Adi Shankara's Prakarana Grantha Viveka Chudamani. He is named after Gaudapada in the Guru Parampara of Sringeri Sharada Peetham. He is considered to be an incarnation of Shesha.
Adi Shankaracharya, first Shankaracharya pronounced, was an 8th century Indian Vedic scholar and teacher. His works present a harmonizing reading of the Shastras with liberating knowledge of the self at its core, synthesizing the Advaita Vedanta teachings of his time.
Now we have Padma Padacharya, but we have a very small Padma Padacharya. He was an Indian philosopher, a follower of Adi Shankara. He was a direct disciple of Shankara, of whom he was a younger contemporary. Padmapada was the first head of Puri Govardhana Mata.
Hasta Malakacharya was a disciple of Adi Shankara, the Advaita philosopher. He was made the first Jagadguru of Dwaraka Pitam, the monastery founded by Adi Shankara in Dwaraka.
Next we have Totakacharya. Totakacharya was a disciple of Adi Shankara, the Advaita Vedanta teacher. He was made the first Jagadguru of the Jyotir Pitam, the original northern Matha founded by Adi Shankara in Uttarakhand.
And finally, we have Sureshwaracharya, who was an Indian philosopher who studied under Shankara. Shankara is said to have entrusted to Sureshwara his first monastic institution, the Sringeri Sharada Pitam.
After inviting all these rishis, is it our necessary to welcome them with the Purna Kumbha? It has to be done, okay? So the Purna Kumbha is coming up. 3, 2, 1. न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुः परेण नाकं निहितं गुहायां विभ्राजते यतयो विशन्ति वेदान्त विज्ञान सुनिश्चितार्था संन्यासयोगात् यतयः शुद्धसत्त्वाः ते ब्रह्मलोकेषु परान्तकाले परामृतात् परिमुच्यन्ति सर्वे दग्रं विपापं परमेशभूतैः पुण्डरीकं पुरमद्य सग्गस्तं तत्राभिदग्रं गगनं विशोकस्तस्मिन् यदन्तस्तदुपासितव्यं यो वेदादो स्वरप्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परस्य महेश्वरः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् धन्योऽहं तृप्ति में कोप में भवे लोकः धन्योऽहं अहो शास्त्रम् अहो गुरुः अहो ज्ञानम् अहो सुखमो सुखम. That is the verse from the Panchadashi. That's how we celebrate by thanking all these rishis who have given this knowledge without any disturbance in the content of the jnana. And it has come so perennially. That's what she said in the beginning. It is pravaha nityatva, like the Ganga. It is not incomplete. So we have handed over to these children. These children will hand it over to the future children. So it is going to be a pravaha nityatva. That is how we celebrate the Thanksgiving today. Thank you. Each one of you take and go. Each one. I don't know which one. You take something and go. And then I just sit somewhere. Go sit somewhere.
Wait, I know I had. so everybody can see.
Hari Om.
Yes.
Oh, very nice. Who are you? Govinda Bhagavad. Hari Om. We must all give a big round of applause for Swamini Ji's for their care and constant encouragement for all these beautiful children. And just in a short span of 2 days, they have enjoyed so much, they have learned so much, they have presented so brilliantly. And it's our honor to share this stage with all the great sages and Mahatmas today. All rishis. Yeah. And the entire credit goes to the kids and both the Swamini Jis. We have been... We were classmates, Guru Bhai, Guru Bens in Coimbatore Gurukulam, and Swamini Jis were so dedicated in the temple seva and all the seva around in the ashram, and we are so fortunate to have them here at Arshavidya Gurukulam, Pennsylvania. And I invite all the kids to come to the stage. Come to the stage. All the kids, come. All the children. Everyone, come, all the kids. Everyone. Call your friends. Who do you want to call? They came. Come, all the kids, come fast. Okay, we can have some couple of group pictures.
Swamiji, there's a seat for you. If you want, you can sit behind you.
Okay. Swamini ji, please join us too. This way. Yeah. You can come front, sorry. Cover from one end to another end. Do they know any one mantra specifically, everyone in?
Everybody knows Purnamada.
Purnamada. Okay, kids, let us all chant Purnamada Purnamidam together, okay?
Namudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
Very nice. Hari Om.
Children, you'll be having your ice cream. Lance would have arranged for you. And I take this opportunity to thank our Lord Dakshinamurti for keeping us all warmer. And I thank Puji Swamiji, I thank Swami Muktatmananda ji, Swami Sachidananda ji, Swami Jnanananda ji, who are present here for the program. And I thank the office people for their support. I thank Chef Ramachandran and Taraben for the sumptuous food. And I thank all the parents who are here in coordinating with us in conducting the program. We did not conduct the program, children did the program. Okay, we only facilitated the program. Are you okay?
Come, Medha, come.
And
if somebody in the front row can bring the candies, we will give prasadam to all the kids.
Yeah. And last but not the least, I would thank the children for their utmost cooperation. Thank you, children. There's no clapping for me from the children's side. I also thank Karthik, Ramagopal, Sharba and Vani for all their support in this camp. Thank you. We thank Varchaswini and Manaswini for the narration. Thank you, Manisha. Varchaswini and Manisha for their narration in the last of the thanking the rishis. Thank you, both of them. They are our Purna Vidya children. They are grown here, they are raised here. And Manisha has even been blessed by Puji Swamiji. Right? Both of them have been blessed with Puji Swamiji. Thank you, one and all. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Okay, all the kids come one by one and do namaskar and receive candies.
Like trick or treating. Like trick or treating.
Like trick or treat. Hari Om. You got it. Come, you.
You have to go.
Cheers.
Oh,